Maybe not so much NBA stuff, but like the G League. You guys hear about the G League this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the prospects, they signed two high ranking prospects.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jalen Green.
When I seen that, I posted about it again. Profans_sports on Instagram. I posted about it and I said that the NBA is in trouble. I mean, not the NBA, the NCAA is in trouble. Right.
Yeah.
Now, guys that could have gone straight from high school to college. I mean, straight from high school to the NBA, they're not going to go into college right now. They're just going to go into the G League for that 1 year, and probably get drafted next year. Right? Is that how it goes, or team signs them?
Say that again.
Like how it goes, right? Would it be that they sign to a G League team, right? Do they go into the draft the next year, or does a team get to sign them because they're in the G League already?
They go into the draft.
Okay.
Right.
So they still get to have that draft experience.
Exactly.
They still get drafted.
But before then, I'm gonna get this $500,000 real quick.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to the bag. Exactly.
Yeah. Let me get to the bag so next year when I come in, I can buy my own suit instead of borrowing one.
Yeah.
Right.
Having a tailor call me and tell me they're gonna dress me, I'm gonna just buy my own joint. Right.
Facts. Exactly.
Man, I definitely thought that the NCAA was in danger, but then I kind of changed my mind over the week. But I wanted to hear what your thoughts on it was.
I think it's a good thing. I think you have guys like LaMelo Ball that goes overseas because they can get drafted straight to the NBA, and I think it's providing another avenue instead of forcing guys into college. It's providing another avenue for guys to get into the NBA and also for them to get paid. The NCAA, it's this weird setup where guys are busting their butt, bringing tons of money to the colleges, but they're not getting paid for it. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think this is setting them up to get paid and to get drafted to the NBA. I think it's great. I love it.
Yeah, no facts. Yeah, Barry, did you have a thought on it before I go in?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I would definitely agree with Vlad in terms of this being a really good thing for Jalen Green as well as future prospects that come into the NBA and are interested in playing in the league. I'm glad that this happened and that the NBA is starting to figure out other ways for these prospects to be able to develop their game before they get drafted instead of having to go to overseas or go to college. So I'm glad that they implemented this system and this new G development program for prospects like Jalen Green that can be able to get paid and to make money before they enter the league and get drafted by a team. I certainly think you're right that the NCAA is in some big time trouble because now these prospects are gonna look at what Jalen Green did and want to follow suit and go a similar route. If they don't, want to go overseas, if they see that he ends up being successful and plays well, particularly in his rookie season when he does get, drafted, then I think more and more guys are definitely gonna take it seriously and consider going through the program. So I'm glad that Adam Silver was able to, figure out a way to, get these kids, get them, doing something that's going to benefit their, their future in the league and not have to, go to, college for that 1 year and, risk themselves and risk, their health and not really, make anything out of their time over there. So it's definitely a really good step in the right direction for the league and for the years to come.
Yeah. So like I was saying initially, I thought it was a bad thing, but then I actually thought about it, and I think it's actually a good thing on all fronts, right? And here's what I mean, right? For the NCAA, right, it's a good thing if the players that are coming out of high school that are clearly good enough to be in the league, they don't have to go into your system because they're only going to be there for 1 year anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to give somebody a scholarship that's going to be there for 1 year. Yes, it's going to get you ratings and things like that, but then that's only for 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it really depends on your conference, you know how big of a school you are too. So not every school is benefiting off of this, right? That's one thing on how the NCAA is going to win. Another reason is the kids you get are going to be in your school for 4 years now, right? Because they need that development through your league, right? The NBA is going to win because of that, because now you're going to get a lot more polished kids that are coming out of college ball that have been playing organized ball on a high level for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? Instead of projects that are coming out that you really don't know if they're going to pan out. Taking a kid right out of high school, that's a big gamble.
Yeah.
When you give a kid a lot of money, you don't know what happens to their psyche. You don't know what happens to their work ethic. Think about it. You've been struggling, and then boom, at 18, you get millions of dollars. You know what our kids do these days? They don't have no sense of pride a lot of times, and they think they're going to be given everything, and they're pretty quick to quit, right?
Yeah.
So, I think the NCAA wins in that sense too, and then it helps out the coaches too, right? Because now you're not having to replenish your program every year because you had 2, 3, 4 guys that have to leave, right? And now you can do better and instill skills into these guys that are actually going to be with you for 4 years, right? Now, a reason it's good for the NBA is now these high-end players, they don't have to go overseas, and overseas is not getting the eyes that you should be having, right?
Yeah.
Look at LaMelo Ball. NBA scouts had to go to Australia, to go see them play, right? Other players, they got to go to Spain to travel. So that helps out the NBA because now their scouts don't have to travel so far to go scout a guy that's going to be in the league, right, in a year. So that's good for them. And they can already start with molding these guys in the G League once they come in, right? They get 1 year of professional play before they actually get drafted. And now you get even more of a polished person. If they were 18 and they just coming out of high school, now you just had a whole year where you've been getting paid for this, right?
Yeah.
Within a year, you can tell, hey, this kid's getting this amount of money. Is he actually continuing to work, or did he get this money and things changed?
Yep.
So now before you get into the NBA, you know this person's happy because you've seen it, you had a trial, right? And I think that's why it's pretty good on everybody's front. And it's good for the families because now, hey man, like our family's been struggling. I'm in the league and I can help out my family. I'm using my skills to help out my family. And it's like, it's not fair looking at all the other leagues like soccer. People can go in there and be pros at 14, right? In hockey, it's like 16, you can be a pro. Golf or whatever. As long as you have the skills, you can go pro. But then basketball, you got to wait and go through a whole bunch of stuff to make it, even though you know you got the skills, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's it for me.
I think that's a great point, John. You broke it down really well. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about both sides of the coin. But the way you describe it, it's basically benefiting both sides.
It benefits everybody.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I definitely thought NCAA was going to be in trouble, but think about that too. How many of those kids can actually go right into the NBA?
Well, I think they might still be in trouble. I don't know exactly. They might not. It's not. I mean, the NCAA is like it's really big, so it's not like they're gonna crumble or something. But the prospects that they would have gotten that would have brought a lot of TV ratings, they're not gonna get those prospects anymore.
Yeah, but then you can grow the prospects you have. Imagine a guy coming in year one, and it's like one of those guys that's coming out this year in the draft. He started out, redshirting, and then I forget his name. He's like one of the best big men in the draft, actually. A senior now, and he went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and he's like the college player of the year, right? I get what you're saying, like somebody like Zion, who comes out and then boom,
yeah,
superstar. But how many Zions are there?
Like, I don't watch a lot of college basketball, and one of the reasons why I watched last year is because of Zion. And if he didn't go to college, I would have been watching him on some on some G League team.
But think about it though, that's a handful of college games that you're going to be tuning into. That's going to be nationally televised. Most of these college games, you don't even see them.
Yeah, but they're on TV, so you'll find it. But I'm saying the games that I want to watch, one of the games that I want, like I remember the first time I saw Anthony Davis, you know what I mean? It was like, oh shit, look at this dude, big, like he was man among boys, like you just had to watch it, you know what I mean? But now if the colleges don't have that kind of player, I don't know how much I'm gonna watch. I might be more prone to watch them on a G League team if they're showing that.
Dude, you're gonna watch March Madness, man, regardless who's playing or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I'm not a big college guy. So if there's a big name on there, I'll watch it. But I'm just saying they're not gonna crumble, but they're gonna lose some money.
Yeah, of course. And if they continue not paying kids, overseas is still an option for these kids.
Yeah, for sure.
So, in that sense, they could still be in trouble. And I just hope they create some kind of allowance for their students. I get it. They have a scholarship. Okay, they go to school for free.
But they're bringing way more money than the scholarship is.
Right, they're bringing in way more money.
Way more money.
They don't have any time to work. Like I can understand if they had time to work and actually get some money on their own, but they don't, and they're traveling all the time. So if the scholarship is $50,000 a year, they're bringing, I don't know, $500,000 to the school. Easy.
Absolutely.
If not more.
Listen, man. If tuition is $50,000, you can hold $50,000 for each student to actually spend for the year.
Exactly.
No, for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like you can easily do that. How many players are on one team? The coach is getting paid like $10 million. Like, why can't the kids get a piece of the pie?
Bro, right. Let the kids eat. Seriously.
Right. You're gonna send them to war though. You can have their parents sign them over at 16.
Yep.
And you pay them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think that's a discussion for another time too. But I mean, I'm glad for the G League, because then that makes it more legit. That gets them more eyes, and I hope they get more polished players to give out a better product, because I do think the NBA is doing itself a disservice if it doesn't have its own farm system, right?
Yep.
That's true, right.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I always. I'm coming from my first sport was soccer, and all the soccer teams always have a B team, like a team that's below where they farm players to. Like players can come in at 12 years old, actually, 12 years old, and start getting ready to be a pro. And I always thought, why? How come the NBA doesn't have like a farm system where they can bring in young players and sort of develop them through the years, and then once they get 18, I don't know, 16, 18, and then they can, if they're good enough, they can become professionals. I always thought about that, and I think now that they're doing that, it's not gonna be a farm system, but it's gonna be at least similar to that.
You know what their farm system is?
What?
College.
Pretty much.
That's what it was. But now these guys are demanding we get money. So
Yeah.
now you actually gotta have an established farm system where these guys are pros before they're pros, like baseball, right? You got the grapefruit leagues, right? You got the AAA ball or whatever.
AAA, you got AA and
AA, all those.
Right.
They got a farm system where they got guys in there that's been there since they were like 16, getting ready to, skyrocket. So NBA, man, you're going in the right direction, and I hope it continues. And I don't know, $500,000 doesn't sound bad to me as a college kid. I mean, as a kid coming out of high school.
It doesn't sound bad to me right now.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, they're probably gonna get $250,000 out of that, but that's still, you can help your family.
So.
Right.
Exactly. That's the look I had on when the report about Dak Prescott came out. Oh, I can't feed my family. $34 million. What?
Yeah, I hope that wasn't real. I hope that was fake. I really, really hope he did not really actually say that, and that's like a true statement. Because that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard someone ever say, that they can't support their family with $34 million. Like, you must be like freaking Antonio Cromartie and have like 10 different BMs and freaking like at least 30 different children or something like that for you to say that. Like, this dude doesn't even have a family yet, and he's already saying, oh, I can't support my family with $34 million. Like, bro, who are you to say that? Like, I'm shaking my head like that. That is absolutely outrageous and absurd for him to say that. So no, but shout outs to Jalen Green and that other prospect who just entered the G League system, and we'll be going through that next year for sure. They definitely deserve to have a program like that for the prospects, and I'm glad that they're going to be able to help out their families, moving forward, and will be able to gain some sort of profit through being part of this new system that the NBA is implementing. So, no, it's definitely the future is bright for the NBA G League and the prospects that enter this system.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right.